How's he? You know what we're doing. Right here. What's up, everybody? We back again with another episode of the Hub City Podcast. We got a fan favorite around this town. You know, somebody that's highly spoken of. They say he's the next me. You know, the things he was doing on that field was only one other person that was doing that, you know. The film don't lie. You see him, you see me. It's a resemblance, you know. But without further ado, we got Zamir Dawud. We got my boy. What's up, my boy? How you?
What's good? How you living?
I'm living good. What's
good?
Talk about, man, you know, growing up and stuff, you know, because I know you since you was about, because you and my brother the same age, so probably like when you came to North Brunswick, NBI, and stuff like that. I know you since then. You know, you showing flashes of what you were doing in high school then, that you were doing now on the field, you know. It was cool watching you play, cool watching you go crazy on the field. Talk about that, though, growing up, falling in love with football and stuff like that. Like, what made you love the game? How was growing up?
Ever since I was young, I always used to watch my big cousins play football in the backyard, like Keyshawn and them. And then my dad told me one day when I was like 2, I was like, yo, when I'm gonna be able to play football, like, can I go play? I said, son, like, I was 2, so I ain't saying nothing like that, but I'm like, can I go play? So, like, since then, it really been my dream. And then I always just be in the backyard with my cousins, and I fell in love. Started doing my thing, Pop Warner, scoring like little 4 touchdowns a game, having fun with it. And I always told my mom this is what I want to do. And hey, I just set my goal on that.
Nah, yeah, you play for a legendary Pop Warner team that's very known around Central Jersey and around New Jersey in general, like the New Brunswick Raiders. You know, shout out to the New Brunswick Raiders, a Pop Warner program that's around in our area and all that. Talk about playing for that legendary Pop Warner program.
I enjoyed it. They was feeding me good. They was giving me the rock. They always showed love to me, make sure I was good. I met a lot of people that I call my brothers now, so like it's like a family to me. I go back down there and say what's up, see how things going.
You know, I played for them at one point in time in my life. You know, playing for them, it's like it puts something in you that you have for life. Like you always hold that with you. Oh, like I'm that solidifies if you're from New Brunswick, basically. You feel what I'm saying? Like you always play with that. Oh, I'm from New Brunswick. Aggression in you, like wherever you go. Like there's kids that play for other towns, but they know they play like they're a New Brunswick kid. Like they from New Brunswick, you know, because that's coming from the Raiders, because they install something in us like very young to be aggressive, be mean, be nasty, you know, be confident, have swag and stuff like that. Yup.
Definitely.
You know, in our era playing for them, it was gritty, it was rough. It was a lot of good names and a lot of good people that came through that program, you know. But transition into North Brunswick and all of that. What made you like go to North Brunswick? What made you feel like, all right, this could be the place for me and I could play the rest of Pop Warner here and play high school and make a name for myself?
So, well, I didn't really leave because like football wise, my parents just moved, and then we like North Brunswick, they doing good for themselves. We saw like Miles and them doing their thing, so I'm like, it's a place where I know I could play and I could potentially get offers and do what I got to do. And we thought that was a good opportunity for me, so we just stayed here.
Yeah, you know, because if you play for New Brunswick, you know, it would make you feel like you a hometown hero, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, you carry that with you into North Brunswick. And a lot of people from New Brunswick, of course, showed that same love and same support to you, still gave you that same love, like, oh, he's from New Brunswick. You know what I mean? But talk like you didn't start your first 2 years, right? You didn't start blossoming until this season, basically, right?
Mm-hmm.
So your junior year, how was like, what you came along a little bit. You made a little bit of name for yourself. Talk about being able to be humble and waiting your turn and being patient and stuff like that.
Yeah, so My junior year, I came in with I had broke my ankle in track, so I was out for like 6 months. And I wasn't even supposed to be playing like the first few games, but I'm like, I gotta play. Like, this is what I love to do, and I'm trying to go to college for this, so I'm gonna have to make a sacrifice that I know might not be good for me, but it's something I really want to do. So it's something I did, and I ain't start off the best, but towards the end of the season, I started doing my thing. I know God had a plan for me, no matter what. Anybody did, nobody could stop that plan. So I just put my faith in God and did what I had to do. And I put in the extra work.
You broke your ankle before your junior season,
Yeah.
or like
How you break your ankle on the track?
So like it was towards the end of the race, and I tried to stop. You know how you got the spikes?
Yeah.
So like I planned it and it just broke.
Damn.
But you playing it hard?
Yeah, like I just stopped. Like, you know how you supposed to like
Run through the line?
Yeah, I just stopped.
Oh,
Broke
yeah,
my
you was going too fast though.
Yeah.
You wasn't able to stop yourself and all of that.
Yeah. At my first track meet, that drove was crazy.
Like you said, when you moved to North Brunswick, all the big time names that came through the town, you know, North Brunswick has built a name for themselves the last couple of years with some big time names like Miles, Leon, you, Jared, a couple other guys, you know, that I may be missing. It was Marquise and stuff like that. Like, talk about carrying that legacy. Like,
And having to fill those expectations in those
Yeah.
shoes.
It was like I wouldn't say it was hard to do because like I played with Keith, and Keith like he always like give me little tips, make sure I was good, and give me like the little gameplay. Like, he helped me out a lot. Him and Guap, they always made sure like I was working. They helped me with like little technique things. They really got me right, and I was just watching everybody game, trying to take a little bit from everybody, and just turn it into one big thing. So like I could feel like I'm unstoppable.
Nah, yeah, because you really put on a show this last season. Your senior year, you made a great name for yourself. Like, we're talking like you got what? How many offers in a day or 2 days span? What was it?
I got like 8 in 2 days.
That's like I never really heard of nobody doing that before. Even like just as a senior too. Like, you don't hear about seniors picking up offers during the season as a senior in 8 on top of that. So you had to have been producing, you know. And of course, you're a student athlete, so the grades had to be right.
Yeah.
I know that important. I know that school is important. I know your mom don't play that school.
Definitely do.
Nah, boo.
Yeah, I know his mom very well. She was our security guard at high school, and the way she carried herself and the way people respected her, I just know that it's the same way in the household because I would never disrespect her and I would never let nobody disrespect
She
her.
had that little people syndrome.
Yeah, but she was a
turn up quick.
Yep. Very supportive, bro. I know, and she's New Brunswick at heart.
Yeah.
And I know you have a little brother that goes to North Brunswick High now. I know it was, I'm pretty sure it was fun getting a chance to play with him your senior year, to be on the same field with him, share the same spotlight. You know, you take him on visits and stuff like that with you, right?
Yeah.
Talk about your brotherhood. Like, how is that important to you? Like, important to being a big brother.
Playing that big brother role.
Everybody that know me, know my little brother I put him before me. Like, he come first to everything. So like me doing everything in football is just really me trying to pave a way for him. Cause feel me, I ain't had nobody to pave like a way for me through these colleges, but I'm gonna make sure he got that. I take him on every visit so he can see what it's like. I get all the coaches that follow me to go follow him, go check him out. Feel me? Hey, I'm like the overprotected big brother. I always make sure he's straight.
That's how it's supposed to be, you know, because I have little siblings myself. And like you said, being overprotective, being a big brother, you know, that comes with it and stuff like that. And your little brother is pretty good himself. What was he, a sophomore last year, starting on varsity?
Yeah.
At what position he played?
Corner.
Yeah. So he has a little bit he has time to grow into the star he'll be. We know you also did track and all of that. You're not just a football player. You're very versatile. You know. Did any colleges offer you for track?
Nah, not yet. But my college, my track coach think I'm gonna get some offer for track, but I'm already committed for football, so it don't matter.
Where?
What if like LSU offer you for trackers?
Nah, I'm committed. This is where I
So
want
it's
to
just
be.
football.
Yeah.
I respect it. You know, those last past season, talk about it. What was the expectations going into it? The goals, the things you had set for yourself, set for your team, the things you were able to accomplish, things your team was able to accomplish.
my main goal, like, I wanted to get offers. I wanted to get like a state championship, but my main goal is making sure like me and my teammates we grew throughout the season. Like I'm more of a like I want to see my brothers grow, but like like I don't care too much if we win a game as long as we getting better each game. So I just wanted to see everybody grow like as a man and like learn valuable lessons throughout life. So that was like the main thing for me.
What was your guys' record this year?
So we go 8-2.
So, talk about playing under Coach Saipa, you know. Like I said, North Brunswick has built a name for themselves, and he has came in and changed that whole thing around. And I'm not the biggest fan of North Brunswick, but I can give respect and props due. Like I give props to when you deserve them. Talk about playing for him. You know, I hear he's a great coach, a good motivator.
Not me.
You know, there's some good things that were said about him. Talk about playing for him.
I mean, the coaching staff always like they kept me in check, make sure I was doing what I had to do. We always win games every year, so that means they doing something right.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah.
Guys give you that though. Of course, I'm pretty sure the goal, like you said, your goal was to win the state championship, but getting to that point, you know, almost getting through that finish line. How does that keep you humble?
When I lost, when I lost that sectionals game, I'm like, I never let this happen to me again. So like, I feel like it's a bad thing that it happened, but it's a good thing that it happened because like I feel like the team was getting too cocky, and it showed everybody like good things could go down here real quick. So you gotta be ready for anything.
Yep, like that's the thing though. Some teams are good, then they get too cocky, then they like, oh yeah, like we gonna cakewalk them, we're gonna dog walk them. It's gonna be easy. Like you play with a good quarterback too. Talk about my boy Frankie. You know he was slinging you the rock,
Oh yeah,
doing his thing.
Juggernaut.
Yeah, big boy. He was throwing them dots. Great arm. He could throw like 60 yards off the back foot. Something crazy. He made it like easier for me. He throwing me good balls, and I'm just getting the ball and do what I had to do. He made life easier.
Yep. The focus point was on you a lot though this year, and you know a lot of people are not able to handle that pressure, being the guy, being the man, the go-to. You know, so how were you able to prepare yourself for that? Because I don't know if that's something you went through like your whole playing career, being the man, being the go-to, being that guy, being like you were surrounded on the team this year with a lot of good other players, but the go-to was you.
Yeah.
Like how did you feel dealing with that pressure?
It really been like that like my whole life. Like Pop Warner, I was always really like the guy. Like I gotta go do that. So and even in high school, when we got in a tough game, coach would come to me, be like, go take over.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm gonna go do that. I'm the type of dude, I like pressure. Like put it on me, I'm gonna go handle business. That's what I like to do. And it's something I really let it do. So I'm gonna go make sure everybody know that's something I want to do.
Yeah, you know, sometimes when you want that pressure, sometimes it may backfire on you, but sometimes it may be positive. It may come through like the way you want it to come through. You know, you guys faced that Edison team twice. You know, they were pretty good. You know, talk about them battles.
They had a player from Brunswick, right?
Yeah, the running back, right?
Yeah.
You played with him in Pop Warner, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Dog. It was tough battles. Every time we played them, it was physical. It get nasty. They was playing a little dirty. They was trying to roll my ankle and stuff like that. It was on some weird timing, but it was a good team. I got to give them the props. They fought to the end. They like one of those teams like you're gonna have to beat them throughout the whole game. They ain't gonna give up, and that showed the last game when they beat us in the final seconds.
Yeah, you know, I wasn't at the game, but I heard that you guys were like it was a good game. You guys were winning all the way to the end, and what they did, kicked a couple onside kicks and stuff like that.
Yeah, they kicked the field goal.
Yeah, and wow, a high school game ended on a field goal.
Facts.
What was the biggest game of the year for you, though?
That one.
Yeah, probably that one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That was the most fun game?
Or the first game. It was like my statement game. Like everybody like was telling us, "Oh, we're not gonna be good. We lost Keys and Guap." And I'm like, I'm just gonna show everybody what I really do. Like they don't know about me, but I was gonna make sure they knew something.
So like you came in with a chip on your shoulder this year.
Yeah.
Nobody really know who I am. Also, I gotta hit the scene and do my thing and all of that. You know, every year against, you know, North Brunswick always sees New Brunswick on the schedule. Of course, they weren't like very good this year, but they have some guys, they have some talent, they have some big names. You know, my little brother is over there making a name for himself. my little cousin Samad was over there making a name for himself. Talk about playing against your hometown. How did that make you feel, like stepping on that New Brunswick home turf?
It made me feel like I gotta win because like I know everybody in the stands, everybody on the team. I ain't gonna give them no bragging rights against me. And Samad, my little cousin, I can't have little cousin being me, so I gotta go handle business.
Nah, yeah. It made you. Did you ever feel like, oh, like I'm at home? Did it make you feel like this is what I miss being here? You didn't feel none of that?
Yeah, I always get that little feeling every time I step on the New Brunswick field. Like this is where I used to play. Like that's really.
It felt normal to you.
Yeah, I feel like tight, relaxed.
Yeah.
Like this
Because you done been on that field multiple times before.
Yeah, where I've been my whole life.
Yeah, man. Because before the turf, it was nothing but dirt and grass.
Yeah, on the little grass field.
Yup, on the backfield was nothing but dirt and grass. I remember those days playing for
Rocks.
Yeah, man. But that makes or break you though. A lot of kids today won't be able to handle that practicing on a grass field, dirt and grass. Like we were the last ones to go through that and all of that. A lot of kids today don't have the mindset to want to deal with the pressure, like you said.
Yeah.
Want to be able to take that upon themselves, like, oh, put it on me, I'll do it. Like, I want to be able to want to carry my team. So, like, how does that translate you all going into college and all of that?
I feel like it helps a lot. Like, it helped with my character a lot. It helps, like, help me mature in some sort of way. And then I always, like, say, like, I had a coach named Coach Eddie. He really coached, like, it's, like, high school or college. Like, he really got my mindset right.
What you think we don't know Coach Eddie?
From New Brunswick? Oh, yeah.
He said, I got a coach. He was our coach first.
Yeah, I had him too, but Coach Eddie, he taught me a lot. Like, he really got me into that mindset, like, being a real dog. Like, you gotta go get it. And I think that's gonna help me a lot in college. I'm gonna really have to go get it.
You know, Villanova is a rising program for football and all of that. Mm-hmm. You know,
they got a corner from Jersey.
Yeah, I was telling him from St. Joe's. Yeah. He graduated when I graduated.
He was my year.
Oh, he was 2020?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they have it's a couple of Jersey kids there from there. You said there's a kid from Colonia that's going there?
Yeah. And John White from STA.
Oh, where? Isn't there a kid from Immaculata going there too? Or no?
So I'm not sure, probably.
I thought he was going to Temple.
Oh, no, that's his brother.
That's his brother go there, Nate. That's his brother, Nate White. You know, this year you hit the field as a running back, wide receiver, quarterback, defensive lineman, offensive lineman, kicker, kickoff, punt return, everything. So, like, what are you going to play in college? You going to play line? You can beef up and be a tackle?
I'm gonna go play DP, DB, kick return, punt return. They might mix me in the offense. I'm gonna see if they're gonna let me. I'm gonna try.
What do you feel that's best for you though? Like you can say, all right, I can make my money here. This is where my mom can get a crib for me.
I think safety for real, cause I like to come down. I go make a tackle, hit running backs, and I also go out there and guard the best receiver. So I think safety, cause it's a mix of corner and linebacker, and I think that's what I do best.
Oh, so the technique you have to have for that though, you have to have speed, awareness, power, be able to break down, because you know it's gonna be you and a running back and a whole. You know, what's your expectations though going into college? I know, like you, of course, everybody expects to play and all of that, but at the end of the day, college always doesn't work out the way people expect it to be. So, what are your expectations and what are your goals going into college for the next 4 years?
I just want to go dominate like I did in high school. That's really what I want to do. Like, I know I'm gonna play. That's the mindset I got. But it's just, am I gonna go dominate or I'm gonna just be a regular player? And I want to go dominate and be that name for my school.
Do you want to? Is there another level? Like, do you want to get to the league?
Yeah, I want to go to the league. But I know it's always that chance. Like, I don't go. That's why I chose Villanova. Great academics. Like, I gotta. If I don't got football, I'm gonna have my degree and I'm gonna be able to do something else.
What's your major?
Business.
Business. So you're a business-minded person.
Yeah.
You can still do football and have your own businesses and stuff. What type of businesses you have in mind?
I'm not even sure yet. I just know I might want to start a clothing line or something like that.
You might want to start a clothing line. You might as well start it now. Get your little fan base popping and all of that. What are those deals that are college players are catching on? What are they called? NIL. Have you had any of those?
Not yet, but I think I'm gonna get some soon.
How do you feel about them? Like, do you want any of that?
Oh yeah, of course I want that extra money in my pockets. I'll take that.
But do you know what comes like? Do you know all the stuff that comes with it? Like I don't know much about it. That's why I'm asking you. Like, how do you feel about NILs and all that stuff?
I know it's like each one got different agreements to certain stuff. Like if you sign a Nike, you can't wear like Under Armour and Adidas like that. I know that's gonna come with it, but that's something I'll do.
Nah, yeah. What's your favorite brand anyway?
Nike.
So you're a Nike guy.
Yeah, I got my little take on it.
So, what before choosing Villanova, what were all the schools you had in mind? Because like I said, you picked up 8 offers in a day. How many offers did you finish with your senior year?
15.
15?
Yeah. I definitely would have got some more. I had to turn down a couple because I already committed. Before I told everybody I've been committed.
So what were your top 5 schools before Villanova? Like, what schools did you visit? Like, all right, I may go here. I like this.
Not
school.
even that. Yeah. Right.
Like, what did you feel that was more comfortable for you? Like, why did you pick it? Of course, why did you pick Villanova? But what were other schools that you could be like, all right,
I could go here and be comfortable.
Yeah, definitely like Holy Cross, Cornell, UPenn, what else? Maine, and UNH. Those was the top 5, other than Villanova. And I could say for Holy Cross and Cornell, it was mainly because like I had a good bond with the coach. Like the coach was like mad cool. It was like I could talk to them. Like if I needed something, I could hit them up and talk to them about anything.
So like that was what was type of the Villanova coach? What type of relationship did you build with him and stuff like that?
Oh, I got great relationships with the corners coach, safety coach, receiver coach. Like they like very welcoming. I feel like it's like a family bond. So that's like something that really made me choose Nova.
So did they like you know how some colleges they just throw the offers because they hear you got an offer? Like did they stay very in contact? Were they very close to you?
So like Nova, they offered me like very late. They was one of my later offers. So when they offered me, they was on me heavy. They was hitting me up every day, making sure I'm interested, trying to get me up on this visit, and they showed me they really wanted me. So I'm like, hey, this is somewhere I might consider.
Like you said, you think you may get like some track offers and stuff. If that's presented to you at Villanova, would you be open-minded to running track and all of that?
Yeah, definitely. I already talked to my coaches that like I might want to run track in college. Like I'm gonna play football and also run track at Villanova. It's a good chance.
That school is a good school though, all around basketball, football, and you're not too far from home too. So that probably played a part for you being close to home.
To me, I ain't really care, but you know, my Dukes, she really wanted me to stay a little close, so I'm not too far if I ever needed something.
Now, yeah, you're right there.
Yeah, just help with her worries.
What were some of them bigger offers that you might have got that you just mentioned? What was some of them that you might have got?
Boston College, Rice, talking to Rhode Island, bit too.
You said Rhode Island now?
No, just Rhode Island.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
And all these schools, did they all were offense, or every school just wanted you to come play defense?
I ain't gonna lie. Some of the schools was like, whatever I want to play, to be honest.
Oh, so they let you to ATH.
Yeah, I could go play defense or offense, whatever I'm comfortable with.
And you're more comfortable with defense?
I feel like, yeah, it's like more natural to me.
Why? Because a lot of people like getting in that end zone, especially when you're scoring a lot. Like, I don't know, maybe you don't want to get hit or get touched. Now you talk about having that. You have to have a dog in you to play defense. Be nasty and gritty, especially as safety.
Yeah.
You know, what made you fall in love with playing defense, playing DB?
Like you said already, coming from New Brunswick, we just naturally aggressive. So like, as I play football, I was always like the aggressive type. Like I want to go hit. Like I'm gonna meet anybody in the hole. Even if you run me over, I'm gonna come back the next play. You gonna have to do that all game.
All game.
Yes, I'm gonna keep coming. So like defense, like I just like hitting, to be honest. And I could guard somebody. I could score on defense too. I'm like, yeah, this is something I want to do.
Nah, yeah, defense do come with a lot though. You could score, you could catch the ball on defense, go the other way.
And you don't gotta rely on a quarterback to get you the ball.
It's just me.
Like you could go get it yourself.
Yeah, that's a fact. And man, when you look at it like that, you could really be your own person on defense.
Yeah.
You know, what type of player you describe yourself as a player? Like, who do you watch? Who do you take from? Who do you learn from to be like, all right, I'm gonna put all of them in a blender, and this is Zamir. Like, who did you look up to?
I don't really know who I really looked up to. Like, I feel like I took pieces from like a lot of people. Like, I would watch a lot of Julio Jones film, Debo Samuels, Cam Chancellor, Honey Badger. Then I also watched some Fred Warner, Bobby Wagner, Ray
So you
Lewis,
watching the DB
Yeah.
Linebackers, wide receivers.
Patrick Willis, all that. Yeah. Because I feel like if I really want to be like the go-to player, I got to know how to do a little bit of everything. So that was really my main goal, to learn how to do everything. I watched a lot of film from Jalen Ramsey. I would really like break down what he was doing as he was guarding receivers. That's how I learned like some of my techniques.
Yeah, like, you know, like film is important, definitely in football. You know, high school, sometimes some players are just naturally gifted where they could just get the ball, go score, or they could just play man to man. Like, high school is not so much advanced for real, but in some cases, some schools it may be. You know, like, how did you prepare yourself to be able to go watch film? Like, because, you know, in college you're going to watch film a lot.
And it's mandatory.
How do you prepare yourself for, like, them playbooks, learning them new zones and calls and coverages and stuff?
I started off in high school. Like, I was always one of the top film guys. I'm always just watching film. I always want to have an advantage over the opponent. So I'm like, I gotta watch film, so I know what he's doing before he do it. Like, I'm gonna lock you up if I know what you're gonna run before you run it.
And you said game planning and stuff like that, knowing the receivers, knowing the people you're playing against, and all of that. You know, of course, watching film on them has to play into it. But on the field, film can be different sometimes. So like, you're watching a film and expecting that. Has anybody ever shown you different than what they showing you on film?
Not really, because I feel like high school, it's like really basic. They stick to the same thing over and over again. I can see it happening in college. Like, they like, oh, he might look at this, so I might switch it up a little bit. But as a high school, nah.
Where did you see yourself though, topping Jersey though, on both sides of the ball? Because yeah, you got a lot of respect around here, but like statewide, like how did you feel, like, you know, like not being the top guy in Jersey? Because honestly, it ain't too many other people that put up better numbers than you on both sides of the ball, doing the things you were doing. And you know, sometimes they disrespect us because we playing the GMCs, we from Central Jersey and stuff like that. So that chip, does that add another chip on your shoulder?
Yeah.
Did that make you feel another way? Are you a person that care about articles and stuff like that?
I don't really care about articles, but like, I think it's another form of like motivation. I can use it as like, I ain't get all state, and some people made it over me that I played against in the GMC, and I'm like, they not better than me. And I feel like I'm just highly slept on. Even when after I got all these offers, it's still like the New Jersey pages, they don't never post me or nothing. I'm like, I'm gonna just handle business anyway. Yeah. And I just use that as motivation to get better.
Being under the radars, like a lot of people not giving you the respect you deserve and all of that. You know, honestly, I felt like you made the name for yourself though this year. Obviously, you're going Division I. That's obvious. That's the goal for every athlete, to go Division I. And you did that all in 1 year. So you know, like, you played your part. You did what you were supposed to do. You know, you made your own legacy. You carried your own name. You carried yourself in a professional way. You know, carry yourself like that in college. You know, still be the same way you are. Still be the same person you are. Always, you know, be Zamir. Be the good kid you are. And for me, to you, I wish nothing but the best for you in college. In college, man. I know you're gonna go do your thing. You're gonna go put on a show. You're gonna represent New Brunswick. Yeah, stay away from them girls.
Parties.
Stay from them parties, but still have fun though while you're in college though. It's all about school. It's all about all that. But
don't have fun. Don't go have fun.
We ain't gonna kill you all day, man. That's all the time we got for today. You know, on the Hub City podcast. We got my boy Zamir Dawud on here, North Brunswick, New Jersey, high school, you know, New Brunswick, native,
New Jersey.
Villanova commit. My boy gonna go put on this year, man. And we out here, Hub City podcast.